Something I always get asked by guys is, okay, I can learn routines, I can learn all these, kiss close routines or things to open, tricks, magic tricks, but how do you become natural? How do you become someone that they're walking around the club and PUAs wouldn't even be able to tell that they're a PUA, that they've learned this stuff. This is what I call skills of the natural, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys now. I want to ask you a question. Who knows someone that is very social, very good with people? You can put them in a cocktail party and they just go around the room, everyone's reacting well, laughing. Everyone normally knows someone like that. Who of you knows someone that is an Olympic gold medalist? Who knows a heavyweight boxing champion? Alright, what we've got is two different areas. One is pretty common, and another is very rare, almost to the point of genius. All of you can develop the skills of a natural, someone that can work a room, make people like them, laugh, be spontaneous, all these kinds of things. However, you probably couldn't be heavyweight boxers or Olympic gold medalists. What I've done is I've broken down the elements that a natural has that enable them to engage people and just be so good socially. What are they doing? Different things. First, they are completely out of their head. That doesn't mean they're on drugs. What it means is that they're not thinking, oh, what do I say next? Oh, so what do you do? They're not going into their head and thinking of things to say all the time. And part of the reason they're not doing that is because they're completely comfortable with the situation. They're comfortable, they're relaxed, they don't really care what people think of them too much. They know that they're going to brighten up people's day, they're going to make people feel good. So they're happy getting into conversations, knowing that the result will usually be very good. Other elements, they're completely focused on the other person. So they're noticing all the little details. They're noticing if she stands like a ballerina. They're noticing her jewellery, her present from her grandmother that means a lot to her. They're noticing all these elements. They're also paying attention to her so much that they're able to give great answers, that they show that they're a very good listener, that they show that they can build a connection and that understanding with someone very quickly. These are the skills, if you think about it, you can probably imagine that this is what the person is doing. How do you learn them? How do you incorporate them into your own character? We've developed different exercises to do this. Some of them are established acting exercises, and some of them are things that we've developed specifically for this skill. So what we've done is we've actually broken down the elements of this person that is great socially. What do they have? That's what we've done. We've analysed this person, we've broken them down, now we can teach them. First thing we do is one-word improv. This is an acting exercise where what you do is you make a story one word at a time with your partner in pairs. And you make it a story that flows together. So it could be, tomorrow I will go to the shop, and it just flows like that. Anytime you reach a full stop, you say then, next, afterwards, and keep it going. The goal is that you say the first thing that comes into your head. This will train you to just flow, be spontaneous, roll with things, not think too much. You want to remove ers, ums and pauses and all these things, and you just want to flow with it. But there's something that if you practice them, if you work on them, if you identify how strong you are in that area already, you can have an idea of how good you will be socially, naturally in the future. So the first one is called one-word improv. This is an acting exercise, and I can call someone up to demonstrate. This will be more helpful. What we want to do is we want to make a story one word at a time. That's our partner. So to demonstrate, I might say, I
wanted
to
know
whether
I
could
fly,
and
I
bought
a
pair
of
wings
so
that
I
could
try
to
fly.
I
Put
the
wings
on
and
went
to
a
cliff.
I
Jumped
from
the
cliff
and
fell
really
hard
on
to
a
big
spike.
and that's it. Cool. So
Nice
what
story.
we've done, we've actually taken, we didn't know where the story was going, and that's the great thing. Generally in a conversation, you're asking a question. What do you do? And you're thinking of the next question. You're going, oh, cool. Where are you from? And you're thinking of the next question while they're giving you the answer. So what this trains you to do is to be completely open to what they're giving you and then just rolling with it straight away. It enables you to be spontaneous. We did not know where that story would end up. We didn't know whether the person would fly or fall on the spike, but we had to roll with it. The second exercise in Skills of the Natural is called free association. You might have heard about this. It's an acting exercise also. What it is saying a word, and then the other person has to say the first word that comes into their head based on that word. And then they say a word back to you, and you have to forget completely what you said before and just go with what they give you. So I can demonstrate this with Natalia. And I'm going to think of a word to start, so I might say triangle.
Square.
House.
Big.
Giant whale.
Massive.
Football pitch.
Man.
Hairy.
Chest.
Gorilla.
Monkey.
Banana.
Yellow.
Son.
Mother.
Daughter.
Sister.
Family.
House.
Bedroom.
Sex.
City.
Businessman.
Suitcase.
Health.
Jeans.
You.
Water.
Smoking.
Cool. So that demonstrates that's what you do. We're saying the first word that comes into our head. We have no idea what the other person will say. And when they say something, the key is that we immediately go back. We say the first thing comes into our head based on the word they say. This trains you to be able to feed off the hooks. Anytime a woman says something, she's giving you a number of hooks. She might say she's from Brazil, she's 20 years old, she's a student. That's 3 hooks. And you could just ask another question immediately. This trains you to be very focused on what they're giving you and to go with it. I'm going to demonstrate free association for you if I could have a volunteer. So if I say jungle,
George.
king,
James.
Bible,
Passion.
club,
Bar.
drinking,
Eating.
pasta,
Italian.
pizza,
Basil.
oregano,
Herbs.
garden,
House.
roof,
Gardens.
tree,
House.
children,
Fun.
water pistol,
Gun.
Wild Wild West.
Wilson.
Wicked. Alright, cool. That's a good example. Pretty good, we kept it flowing. Better if we're snappy and if we're saying the first thing that comes into our head. So you've just done free association and that trains you to go with what they're giving you. But there's another situation that guys have, which is awkward silences and dealing with them. You know, that moment when you're thinking what to say. I'm going to teach you something that, combined with the first free association exercise, will help you to deal with that. So if I could demonstrate with Natalia. First I'm going to show you what most guys do in a conversation. So this is the wrong way to do things. So we do the exercise again. If I say umbrella,
Right.
cloud,
Right.
battleship,
Game.
PlayStation,
3.
clock.
Time.
So what am I doing? I'm showing a lot of weakness, I'm looking away, I'm breaking eye contact, I'm umming and ahhing, what is that saying to the woman? That is communicating that I'm nervous, I'm uncomfortable. We're not in a natural conversation. This is not how you converse with your friends. However, with a woman, you run out of things to say, you and look away. The other thing it does is, because I'm breaking eye contact, I'm losing the connection there for a minute. And I'm also saying, don't worry, you relax, I'm going to think of the next way to carry on the conversation. So you naturally come to breaks in the conversation. You can actually make the woman feel the break if you just hold the eye contact. If I demonstrate again, a better way to do it. So if I say television,
Program.
ITV,
Coronation Street.
Manchester, World Cup,
Europe.
languages,
University.
boring. Cool. Alright, so what I've done there is I've held the eye contact, and at no point did I look weak. I've paused, I've not ummed and ahed. Although I've had nothing to say, I didn't appear weak as I did in the first example. So hold eye contact, feel the pressure, be comfortable with it. In your own time, come up with something to say. The other thing is, you're much more likely to come up with something good to say if you're holding the eye contact, if you're focused on them. If you go back in your head, you're just going to say, so, do you have any hobbies? Something really lame.